somewhere. There it is. It says pause. Oh, they did this. Okay. That should be good. I apologize for these weird openings I always have to do because there's so many different windows. Looks like the music shouldn't be overpowering. Hopefully the rain's not overpowering the music. Sorry for no timer as always. I can't really jumble the two and it's hard. Well, yeah, let me know how all the music is and all that. Because very enthusiastic jazz going right now. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so I need to do the announcements. Yes. Speech. Professional. Yes, good. Discord. Which monitor was Discord on? This one. Oh, it's so good, so strong. Hey, you, Len. It has been a long time. I come back to you much more tan than before. Hello, Adam. Welcome. Thank you for reminding me to drink in this rainy day. Now, the visuals will clear once I can get this last ad up. Okay, so I just need to get the virtual keyboard up. Enter. No. Click into the game. Or is the Discord enter? This should be sending the message. It is not sending the message. Can we send the message, please? This usually works. I do T. Oh, it's because of you. I see. Thing is broken. Listen, many things are broken. But we will fix them together because together we are strong. Like returning to monkey. Boom. There we go. Okay, it's sent. So it didn't want to send it because didn't want to send it because it I have the try to put the chat up today, which is a little harder. You may see me struggling with its size. No, where'd you go now? No, I don't want you to be over here. No, so I'm using the captures thing that is very helpful for showing the chat, only it wants everything to be on top of this window all the time. And I'm not going to call it a nightmare, but it's pretty close. And you might be able to see it resizing as I'm quote-unquote working it. Is that good? Is that good on there? Okay. I believe all the people have been announced. I believe the music is playing. Let me know how the volumes are. I hope they are beautiful for our lovely time to spend together with fishing, which I've definitely not been doing all week. Also, Xeno Chronicles good music. I wish I knew that if I hadn't had the game stolen twice from me. One day I will know. Anyway, good visuals. I hope. Yes, there you are. There. Wait. Can you see that? Can you see the chat where you are? You might not be able to see that. By the way, this is capture. So maybe only I can see you, because you're here for me. And I'm hoping that this will allow me to talk to you. I figured that the text-to-speech would be hard today, because I'm telling stories. So you're going to be talking over me, so it's going to be just hard. So, well, just know that I can see you. And so what happens, by the way this works, is that as I paddle around, you're just going to be in the corner of my view going through. So this should be A-okay. I hope. Anyway, hello! It's been a while. Oh, gosh. Oh, it was a relaxing vacation, but it was also a trying vacation. Oh, that's a lure! Oh, right. I was checking other stuff. Awesome. Well, I just kind of want to get small fish and not really, focus on getting things. More talking. So, I'm going to hang you up, and I'm going to take the grub. No, I'm going to take the grub. Thank you. Boom. And just toss that over there. I swear I've been fishing all. I have done fishing! Hello, everyone! Sorry. Well, this is working out great. So now I can let people show up anyway. Okay, it works different in VR. Remember, again, you're here and you just can't see yourself. This is why I'm going to keep looking at whatever's behind this window you can't see. Anyway. Thank you, Dragoni. That was a beautiful cast. All right, one more try. So one thing I've noticed, actually, is that when I fish, I use the opposite hands. Oh God, the opposite hands that I used to fish with in real life. I didn't even realize it until I picked up my rod. And I usually hold it. I usually hold it like this. But I can't figure out why. But when I fish in VR, it just works better in the other hand. I think it's because I gesture to you guys all the time. So Bikini Girls, we'll get to that. we will. It's not as much as you're thinking, but more than you thought. Anyway. So, yes, just cast that out, enjoy some rain, have a nice chill time. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hey, there's fishing. Yes, hey, Stormbreaker. Oh, hey, Stormbreaker, I see that you did some work here. Okay, so, are you fishing in a lightning storm? No. I mean, what makes you think that anything bad would happen? Oh God, what if it actually did do that? Like you hold it up and you get struck by lightning. Anyway, yeah, so this year was relaxing, but also trying. Because, well, you know, everything going on with COVID and all that, I couldn't really go over to Canada this year. We had to go up just shy of it. You know, I live in like right there in the middle of Pennsylvania, so we just shot straight up north, and we went to the New York border. Oh my God! And so, oh God, that's a bigger fish than I was anticipating. So yes, we're getting to the New York border. We're just fishing on the St. Lawrence, which actually was amazing because we go over. There's these green bridges at the border, and that you cross them, the St. Lawrence, to get to the border to go into Canada. So I've been crossing this area that we're fishing in for years. I'm talking, we started going in middle school, so it would be upwards of 15 years now. So it was cool to finally go and fish the St. Lawrence. That was very cool. But you know, you go anywhere. Like if you've been going to the same place for 15 years, you know all the nooks and the crannies of where you're gonna go, all the good spots. So this year we had to kind of figure out where we're gonna go. Now, I did appreciate this trip a little better than when I went in October. If you guys remember, I disappeared in October, or was it November? It might have been November time. Anyway, it was cold. It was so cold. I mean, we went out there. We actually got some pickerel, which I'm learning that pickerel. I'm trying to look at you, which you can't even see you. Pickerel, where I am from, is like a mini pike species. Where we go fishing, pickerel or walleye, if you know what those are. So you say we're catching a really big state record pickerel. It means different things to different people. But anyway, yeah, we tied the state record for the biggest fish ever caught. It was amazing, but it was so cold. It was so very, very cold. So cold that Stats bought me Norwegian thermal underwear for my birthday. When he said I was going to go fishing this year. I'm like, no, it's going to be much warmer this time. I don't really need the Norwegian super Under Armour. And so it is A-okay. But yes, we went and we figured out the new places this year. So it was still relaxing because it wasn't cold. But it was a lot more trying we have to figure out where everything was. Where we Are you kidding? I mean, maybe I've been real fishing for too long. How did this fish? Yeah! Tiny bitch! I don't know if I've caught this fish before, actually. Do we have one of these? Huh. Oh, where's my scale? Anyway, so fishing was a lot easier to catch than these little dudes. Jesus Christ. Don't I have the best rod in the game, too? I don't weigh nothing! Come on. Come on! I don't even know if I can keep you. What are you? We know this is the wrong book. You stay there. And if they program fish flopping into this, I'm doomed. Tiny non-existent. 'Cause I saw it over here. Yeah. So there's the Verstroma, and there's the Registroma. The stripes are bigger, so I'm thinking this is the Verstroma. I'm a little fish. Keep one. Monetary value is nothing. Uh-huh. Oh, maybe I just haven't caught one and I don't know. All right, I don't know what else you want from me, so we're just gonna put you. We're gonna put you in here and see what happens. $3. Anyway, it's hard to talk about fishing while you're fishing. What was I saying? So yeah, we're going to this new area, learning all the spots, and one hard thing, especially on a long river like the St. Lawrence, is that the wind can really go. Like, have you ever lived out by a cornfield, a long flat area, and the wind can really whip up across that cornfield? It's pretty robust. So we have that going, the waves are going through, and we have, how to describe it? First, what are you guys saying here? Talk more about PSO2. Yee. We'll talk about that. You mentioned the lightning storm. Things. $3 for the tiniest fish. Exactly. The Texas in about 18 years. Exactly. So we're dealing with wind. Now, we have a boat like this in Canada. And, I'll have to show the pictures of it. Because what it is... Oh, my God. What it is a canopy on top of the boat. We took I don't want to call it a platform boat. What can I have? A pontoon boat. It's a pontoon boat top with like metal columns that go up, and it holds a flat canvas over you, and there is a plastic siding you can add to both sides. And then there's a front you can add, so if it's raining like this, I wouldn't feel a thing. Stop gesturing. Sorry. Am I wiggling around too much? No. I doubt this fish is gonna go anywhere. It's okay. No, today the priority is the stories. I'm not here to catch. It's probably another tiny bitch, so it's gonna be okay. Anyway. So the wind, because you have the plastic sides down, we're basically a sailboat out there. Oh, it's crazy. Thank you, Din. Okay, I can see it in the chat. Thank God. 29 months. God damn. Pee-poo. No TT. You were part of the reason there's no TTS today, by the way. I remember the last time we did this. Just because I'm doing stories. We'll have it next time. But, yes. So we're trying to go out into the wind and fight the whole thing. And, so the best spot actually was a lot like where I am right now. It's very wide open water and the wind was blowing along it. And, we would float along, and we would probably float out there for like an hour and a half and catch one fish. But what's neat about it was that there were fewer fish. Like, I think in total, we caught about 50 fish for a week. Now, when we go to our usual spot, the Rideau, yes, the Rideau up on Canada, and we will come back with 200 fish. So this is a bit different for us. And, but most of the fish that we caught were substantial. You'll have it next time, Din. Hush, it's fine. We just both know what you would do if I'm trying to tell a story, and you could talk over me. We know. Oh, he's bigger fish. Like a crappie, or like a crappie. It's a little bigger. Okay. But anyway, so we have these things, and here you go. Yeah, it's 2 times big fish. We have TTS at E3. Well, everyone's gonna be there, so probably not. Did I do an announcement for that? I didn't do. I'll have to announce that after the stream is done. That we're probably 6 o'clock. Just so you guys know, 6 o'clock is when we're going to be joining together to at least watch the Nintendo part, which I hear is the good juicy bits. And then, like, there's some other things from the other companies that Sats wants to show me maybe earlier. We'll find out. So we'll keep you guys informed. But anyway, so what a crappy fish, yeah. So we got like a quarter of the fish we usually do. And what was strange, so we would usually float around the shore. And you could usually look in the water at the shore, and you'd see, like, it's blue sky out, go away! So, you'd usually see fish swimming along the shore. Oh my gosh. And, so, there was nothing. There was no fish. We couldn't find them. It was so weird. Like, we would go to the spot that has weeds everywhere, good depth, good sunlight. They just felt like a great fishing spot. And we're only an hour away from where we usually are. So we figure, the fishing should be somewhat similar. It just was not the case. So we would go around all these different spots out of the wind and be all nice. But wherever we would go, there wouldn't be any fish there. So we would end up back being blown across that windy spot. And now for me, this is mostly relaxing. I'm sitting in the front of the boat, ignoring most of the wind and just kind of having my own time. But my dad has he uses a remote on his wrist to steer the motor to keep us kind of pointing in the right direction. But with like islands around, and so the wind direction keeps changing, and so he just can't relax when we're doing this. But thankfully, again, we're at least catching substantial fish, once every half hour-ish, kinda, while we're doing that. So it was a lot more work than we were hoping for. But what was it? Actually, the very first night that we were out, I didn't get any fish at all. I think my dad got 3. I came back with none. And my dad's a good guy. He really prefers that whoever he takes fishing, whether his friends or me, that they not only get more fish, but also the biggest fish of the trip. So I knew that he was feeling bad about this. And it was especially hard because this year, when I came up, like my parents' gift shop had been for sale for many years. Because they've been trying to do it. But, it's really hard to sell a gift shop in today's day and age. Well, apparently, the week before, even just a couple days before, they sold it. They actually have sold my parents' gift shop. And so they're moving all this stuff. They're trying to take care of all this stuff and get rid of it out there. And my dad is exhausted. And he really needs a relaxing trip. But because of the kite boat and getting the fish, he's not getting that. I'm having a good time. So he's happy for me, but I'm feeling bad for him. Ah! You son of a fish. Come here. So that was a little bit, we had to kind of take care of that one there. That's not even $3, man! Anyway, so at the very least though, we got a lot of stuff. Why was it? Okay, yes, we didn't get any fish the first day. And I got 2 on the next morning. But what was funny was that I didn't get him in the boat because I was reeling too fast. And I'm like, wow, I don't remember having this much trouble reeling the fish in. So I would pull too hard and the fish are able to jump out of the water and they're able to shake the lure out of their mouth. And I thought about it, and then I realized that I was reeling like I do in VR, because that was my fishing experience that I was doing. And remember with the Ultimate Fishing Simulator? What song? The Ultimate Fishing Simulator, they really want you to fight to get the fish in. So, yeah, exactly. So I was ready to VR messed me up for fishing. Oh my God. Oh, I was dying. Oh, I loved telling my dad about VR fishing because he's not a computer guy, so I really have to describe this to him. And so we are telling about how like I have like a magazine that I can open and then I can pull any lure that I want out of the magazine. And I can put any fish I want into the cooler and get money for the fish. So we use titanium lures titanium leaders, because the fish that we catch have big teeth, and so if we don't have any kind of leader like metal where the lure meets the line, they're just gonna bite the line and break it. It's awful. So we have that, but normally they used to be made out of steel, and those were pretty good, but they were a little weaker and they would break a lot and you'd lose the lure. But for a while they sold titanium leaders. We bought a whole bunch. Chompy fish, exactly. And we got a whole bunch of these titanium leaders. They don't ever break. So we never break a line. We never lose a lure. But every time that we go fishing, we go to a tackle shop on the way home, and we buy more lures. So we're not losing any. We keep buying some. And boy, howdy, it hit us this year that we had way too many fishing lures. So I was telling him about how you can get money and pull any lure you want out of a magazine in VR. He's like, oh, we'd have too many lures. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But what a dream it would be to sit out in the water and then just make money while you were fishing all day. Though we both agreed that if we did that, there wouldn't be any fish left in the lake after a while. Anyway, so it was funny how VR kind of compared to that. And got to with real fishing, you at least, if a fish was fighting this hard, it would be at least the length of my arm. Where in this game, I can see you down there. You know what? I won't even ruin the surprise. We'll figure out what we do when we get here. Anyway, so what are the stories that happened during this trip? Because that was the general gist of the whole thing, is running around and occasionally catching a big fish. What was nice? Oh, yeah, here's one. What was nice is that when we'd be over this open area where we were getting kite blown around and my dad's getting exhausted, there was a pavilion over on the island over the way. And if we went there, there was a grill. So we could bring raw burgers and put it on the grill and cook it up and sit in the gazebo out of the wind and just rest. Oh, it was very comfortable. Because normally when you have a shore lunch, as they call it, you have to tie your boat up to the shore. You're blowing around in the wind. Hello, crappy fish. So yeah, you're blowing around in the wind, and it's just not a good time. So we had this. So it was really uncomfortable fishing. But when we finally got to have a break, it was very comfortable because of that. Ooh, $6 on the fishing. That's very good. However, what was rough about that one is that this is also a spot where a local company that takes people on guided fish tours also built a pavilion with like a grill underneath it, a big grill. We were doing a little grill, a little camping grill up on the hill, and so they reserved this island for every day between 1 and 3. You know, when you want to have lunch. So we saw that sign on the first day of fishing, and we're like, well, it's like 1 o'clock, but I don't see anybody here. And while we're here, it's actually a little early. Like, it's not quite fishing season yet. So we're out there, and we're catching release, so we're fine. But, so there's not a lot of people doing the tour. So we're like, oh, well, maybe we can just go, and they won't ever come because there's no tours coming. Which worked out great for 3 days. And then on the 4th day of this trip, we packed a big lunch, like 2 burgers to cook for each of us, go out there on this grill, and we go there, but there's a tour there, and we're hungry, and they're there, so we have to sit there in the boat, looking at the shore, where there's people eating all this delicious food, and we're hungry, and, so what happens is that we're just kind of like, we're trying not to loom too close, but we're kind of passing by, like we're gonna fish that side of the shore and that side of the shore, just keep passing the island, and they're still there, and in this one particular direction of the wind, you can smell the steak that they are cooking on for these rich people on a fish tour, and we're like, we are so hungry, please leave. And they stayed there the whole time. So we showed up around 1. We had to kill time until 3 when they actually left. Hungry lurking, exactly. We're like, please, sir, could you leave the island so we may have a morsel or 2? Our food is raw and we need fire in which to cook it. Oh my God. Eventually they did leave. We had that one there. And then we had snacks. Like our favorite snack out there is tortilla chips. Tortilla chips and oatmeal cookies and frosting. It was great. Starving straight. That's probably the phases that we had. We were trying not to. But really around that second hour, we were like, please, for the love of God. Like, the kids on this tour were out sitting next to the boat, ready to go. But the guy was like, we're here. We reserved it till 3 o'clock. We're going to stay here till 3 o'clock. And we're like, please don't. But they did. But we got out there, we got to eat. So the next day, we planned a little more, and we had 1 raw burger, but then also a sandwich each, so that if we were waiting for the place, that you know, we wouldn't have to. We still have something to eat that didn't need to be cooked. Especially, no, I'll save that part. I'll save that. Okay. what is it? Yeah, because we had this really good, what do they call it, like Angus burgers? Like, they're the kind of burger that tastes so good. They taste better to me than McDonald's. Like, they are really, really good burgers. And, Saps? Hi, Saps.
Hi.
I thought the next song was just Bubble. I'm like, oh god, what did they do to Nightbot? I should have assumed. Hi, Saps, how you doing?
Doing fine.
I haven't got to the reason why I need to skip stream tonight. Don't worry, you'll get to hear that story.
I was hearing something about food.
Yeah, we're getting to it. We're getting to it.
Like, I mean, right now, I heard something about.
Oh yes, we were talking about burgers. We're catching basic fish with basic lures, so I'm gonna have myself $6 more. No, $7. That was a big one. Nice.
Yay.
So, right. Oh yes. There are these Angus burgers, and they are better than McDonald's. They're just so good. Yes. Go ahead.
What's an Angus?
It's a kind of meat, but I don't really know what makes it different. I just know that when I put it in my mouth, I'm like, it's so good. Probably it's seasoning and also fat. But yes?
You want to know something?
Sure.
McDonald's and Burger King suck.
Listen. You're not American. You can say that.
Yes.
We all know it, but we still eat it.
No, you know what? My sister loves Burger King. You know what I have to tell her every single time?
Yeah.
It's cardboard. It's dry as fuck.
It is?
Where's all the fats?
Well, maybe that's why the Angus tastes so good. Angus cattle. Okay, thank you, Len. I should have known the guy from Texas would know all about that one. But yes. Well, okay, good. So you can at least appreciate that I have some burger that I only get to have once a year, one time of the year, and I eat as many as I can. Now, that may... Nope, I'll still save it. Anyways, we're talking about the picnic island. We're talking about the picnic island that we would eat these on. There's a lovely pavilion that they built with picnic tables underneath. There's a little grill that we'd go to. And it turned out, apparently, the island that we were on that we didn't even know. So you all heard about Thousand Island dressing, right? So we're on the St. Lawrence called the Thousand Islands, which is just a river with a bunch of little islands on them. So that island that we were on, or the little peninsula, was the island that the actress who, found the guy, okay. There's a famous actress who made Thousand Island dressing popular, and she met the dude who created it on this island. And we're like, oh, didn't know that. Should have brought some to commemorate. Cheers, Father. We will enjoy a sip of Thousand Island dressing on its priority or Creation Island. I don't know. It was great. But it's like, wow, of all the 1,000 islands that we landed on the one that it was found on. That was very interesting. But yes. So the burgers. So we have the burgers for lunch, and we also have them for dinner. And so this year, normally we go up camping. We go up to Canada, we go to an island in Canada, and we just camp there. And so that's the whole, that's different. Yes. But this year we couldn't do that because we couldn't get up to Canada. And my dad also had a rough year of trying to sell the gift shop. So we're like, let's just rent a cabin and have a good time. Which worked out great because he really needed it. And also because rain and wind, and they had a electric charger along the dock where you could take your batteries you're using to power the electric motor and recharge them at night, which you can't do while you're camping in the woods. We actually had a solar panel that we would put up. I was telling about the canopy that you had over the boat. And we had a solar panel on top of the boat to recharge the battery while we went. So this year we just had a cable plugged in the boat and we were good. Because like I was telling them, so that the main fishing that we had to do was on this long, windy amount of water, basically like the open ocean. It was just wind going and waves. So you're rocking the whole time like this, but for like an hour and a half straight. The metal poles holding up the canopy are going And that's the only. There's no music. That's all you got. And I'm just trying to be good and help. Like I know eventually I'm gonna get a fish, and my dad will feel better because he wants me to get a fish to make this trip worthwhile, and then I'm gonna have fun. I'm like, Dad, I'm already having fun, but I get it. We're fine. So, what was it? So, blowing around. Oh yeah, so we would drain the battery. It was good that we were able to, because if we couldn't camp to charge the boat, we couldn't go out there to get to the spot where we kept getting fish. So we would have not, instead of coming back with 50 fish, we would have come back with getting like 20, maybe. Though maybe we would have found a different spot. But anyway, but what is it though? Actually, the spot that we went to, it was called Eel Bay on the St. Lawrence. Which was, it worked out very nice, but we were sent there.
Spikes.
Well, because of the wind and, my poor dad getting driven nuts. Also, this whole time, he apparently had a splinter, a huge sliver in his knee he didn't know about. So his body had this big, there was something on his knee that was making him feel bad because there was like a big infection in his leg that he was trying to let pass through. So he was also not feeling well this whole time. So it was hard for him to steer the boat in the wind, and so we were just glad that we would get fish there. But yes, Sam.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you ever get cold?
Did I ever get cold? No, but I did bring your clothes that you got me, which I told them about, by the way, and thank you. It was a little colder. I mean, when you're out in the wind, it's gonna get colder, and then the water absorbs all the heat, and you're just out there. It's like, it's a 77-degree day. I'm like, that's going to be pretty hot. All right. Then you're out there in the water. It is not hot. Help me.
No, it gets a little colder there, yeah.
I need a jacket. Windbreaker, please. At least you didn't live in the cow dung town. Well, in Pennsylvania, there's the we'll get that later. Where was I? Fishing. Getting the fish. Take the fish back. Charge the boat. Camping. Cabin. Yes, cabin. Yes. So we got the cabin, which is fun. And so this year we actually had a microwave and a stove. And what was it? So, which we normally just have a campfire to cook on. Which we cook. We have like little hand grills that we cook it with. And because we've always went camping. For 15 years, we always went camping. I never really messed with, like, a stove, an old stove. This was an old stove in a cabin that they were dealing with. And so when I turned the knob, it didn't light the burner on the top. And then, so I look at it and I'm like, that's weird. I smell gas coming out of it, but I wonder why there's no fire. I want fire to cook burger. So I open up the oven down below, and then there's a little sign on there that says "oven broken." And I was like, "Oh crap!" Well, no, because my dad gave me the instructions: cook the burger. I'm like, "Yes, Father, I will cook the burgers." And I'm like, "I can't cook the burgers. The oven's broken." Well, I was sitting there like, "Okay, does oven down here include the burners on the top?" There's a little sign up there that says, I'll wait." So, okay, we can make the jokes, cook the burgers. We can make the jokes that maybe because I don't have a kitchen, I don't know how to use a stove, but it was also an older stove. It was an older stove. Normally, there's a little, zapper that lights the gas when you turn it on. Not in this old stove. So I cook two hot dogs in the microwave. One for my dad, one for me. One so I can give him a placating hot dog. Father, eat. And please, and now that you have eaten, how do I work this stove? And he just looks down at me. And he just goes to his room. He brings back a lighter. And he lights the gas on fire, which in retrospect, that is fairly obvious. That's very dangerous, but thank you. Have a nice day. Anyway, so there I am feeling stupid, but okay, all right. So I'm messing with gas in this cabin that we've rented. I'm only used to cooking on the fire, and I see all the J's in the chat. I know, but what happened? So I thought if I did it wrong, I was gonna blow up the oven, okay? I didn't want to blow it up. So I just figured I'll just wait for my dad to come back, who's tired from being out in the wind, go, Daddy, how do I make fire? And he goes over, he says, look, fire. Thank you, Daddy. And I cooked the
Smaller
burger.
fire make bigger fire.
Just didn't want to break anything.
God. Anyway, so we have that, which was great. We were actually able to go out and have all these like burgers and hot dogs that we could cook up. He even brought, I haven't had this in a long time, Jiffy Pop. It was like the stovetop, the stovetop popcorn that you take off the top, you put it on the stove, and as it pops, it like brings up this giant aluminum foil bubble. Like, I thought that was the coolest thing as a kid. Like, it's made with magic. So, I, a now 31, almost 32 actually. Anyway, 32-year-old man was looking over my dad's shoulder like, I like the way it popped. He's like, listen, Dad, I haven't seen one in a while. So that was fun. But anyway, okay, so I'm cooking burgers. And one night, I got overnight dysentery, I will describe it as. And so I'm like, oh crap, maybe I, who doesn't have a kitchen, didn't cook the burger enough to take care of that. My dad asked me what happened, and I'm like, well, I just kind of sat on the toilet for a while. I kind of all went through. He's like, well, you never like threw up or did it? I'm like, no, it just kind of came and went, as you know. So he's like, well, you know what probably happened. I'm like, what? Well, because usually if you have bad food, it comes out the other end. It doesn't usually work its way through the whole system. I'm like, okay, I guess that makes sense, because if it was bad, they wouldn't want it to get that far. So he's like, well, did you brush your teeth in the water? Hey, Art! And, did you brush your teeth in the water? I'm like, well, yeah. So I would take a handful of water, put it in my mouth, push it around, and get the toothpaste out and spit it back out. I'm like, well, I didn't drink it, but I did put it in my mouth. Well, he's like, well, we're in a new area. You're probably not used to the bacteria here. Now, yeah. So I literally failed the Oregon Trail. Don't drink the water. I'm like, oh, dang, yeah, I guess you're right. That's really weird. Now, put a pin in that. That's gonna come back later. But anyway, we're gonna get away from the gross part for now. Fish. And we're gonna get away from the gross part for now. So, but thankfully, it was very nice that it just kind of, it kept me up for like 1 hour that night. Like you'd think something that rough would keep me up longer, and I'd be out the next day where I couldn't fish. But no, I woke up and I felt pretty good. We just started an hour later than usual. And my dad admitted that he's somebody who usually wakes up at 5. Yeah, he just naturally gets up at 5 in the morning. He doesn't choose to. Yeah, I hate it. So I get up at 9. Yeah, so there's a 4-hour difference of when we get up. Actually, at one point. So he usually gets up and like he loves hiking. The reason why we go upwards towards Canada is because it's so much cooler up that way that the fish don't usually wake up till the sun's been out for a while, and that warms up the water and they get more active. So it's literally because I don't get up in the morning that we go up there and we catch the big fish. And that works out great. So he gets up and he does stuff throughout the morning just to kind of keep himself busy. At one point he said that he was going to go to the tackle store. You get a fishing map of the area, because we ended up buying one, but it cut off just before where we were camping, so we didn't have a full picture of where we were. So you got a new map. So I was like, okay, well, what I'll do is I'm going to send a scheduled text with my fancy smartphone to my dad saying, I'm not awake yet, but I wanted to let you know that I realized last night I forgot the charging cable from my phone. And I'd like to have that so I can take pictures and stuff. And so he gets the text. Now, I know that he gets up at like 6 in the morning, right? Well, 5, 6, like for that one. But I'm like, well, he's not feeling well. We're also being more active. Maybe he wants to sleep in. I don't know. He doesn't usually do that. I was just being safe. So I scheduled the text for 8 a.m., which to me is when a store opens. So this seems fairly logical. However, you know, I am talking about a tackle shop where they're gonna get up along with the fishermen. So he had already came and went to the store by the time he got my message at 8 a.m. I did Michael, hi! So he's like, wow, yeah, your texting was real fancy, but man, you sent that way too late. I'm like, Dad, listen. Store's open at 8 a.m., shut up! Anyway, so when I got the overnight dysentery, I was able to send him a text saying, I had a rough night, please don't wake me up. Send him a warning for it. So that was nice to have. But, does that story... Oh, I'm trying to think, does that story lead into anywhere else? Because I think the stories get a bit more segmented from here. They don't flow from one to the other.
Was there any bikini babes?
Oh! Okay, all right. So, of course, that's my dad's favorite story. And I tell him, by the way, that you guys also really enjoy that story. And he's like, oh, do you tell him about the part where I'm... here, I'll do it right now. Or my dad's like, you tell him about the part where I catch a fish and I'm holding it up like, yeah, you should talk to the bikini girls. Yeah, you should talk to the bikini girls. Like, yes, I tell them that part of the story. That's one of their favorite parts. Anyway, so we're regaling that story, floating around in the boat with the wind. And while well, I guess I grabbed that. I guess fishing in real life, you don't expect things to just float around everywhere. Anyway, it's been a while. Yes, okay, so we're talking about that one. And so, this is the St. Lawrence, and so one thing we kind of realized, like I said, we got 50 fish on this trip, where we normally come back with at least 200. And that might be because the border was closed. That's why we're on the St. Lawrence in New York, because we can't cross the border going to Canada. So I'm like, well, wait, actually, maybe a bunch of people couldn't go up to Canada, so they're all fishing where we are. And that's why the fishing was a little rougher. Like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But that also meant that while we were out there's a bunch of boats. So we're regaling the bikini girl story, and there's people they're just out there having a boat day. They're not fishing, they're out in their nice boat and relaxing, having like a picnic out on the water. And a lot of them were in bikinis. Oh God. Thankfully, only on the first day. Only the first day was bikini warm, okay? Every other day was cold. But yes?
Question.
Yes.
Did their bikini look as good as mine?
That picture is amazing.
I
at least appreciate how I was facing away
one.
from you during that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got your picture as a prompt, and I was just like, I know what I'm gonna draw.
That's so good. And you couldn't even see the name of it, could you? You just drew yourself in a bikini and it... Yeah.
Well, I could see Jay's name, or like your character's name, but I couldn't see the prompt itself.
Oh, King of Canada, right. Freaking King of Canada comes up? Really? That's so crazy. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to watch some of the streams that I missed.
Yeah. Did you watch Hams?
I have not yet, but I saw the clip that happened, and I'm like, I need to catch up on this one. Because I don't know if he actually... Because I saw his message come through, that he thought maybe he could beat it. And I'm like, oh, I hope you finally do, man. So I don't know if he beat it or not, but I would love to find out, because God damn it, he needs to get out of that. It needs to release him. The Gen 5 curse must be defeated. It's been a year! Oh yes, anyway. So we were on there, so only, thankfully, day one was bikini warm, but they were everywhere! I'm like, Dad, shut up! I get it! I'm sorry I didn't talk to the girls in the bikinis! I apologize! Oh, right. Yes.
I'm also very sorry, Jay. We played a game without you. It was called Wonder Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah, that looked interesting. What was that?
It was a Metroidvania-ish game based on a D&D campaign that we knew nothing about. So we were a little lost in the story.
Right.
However...
Check that out. But yeah.
There is one aspect of it I think you would enjoy a lot.
There's not girls in bikinis, is there?
No, well, no.
Okay.
But Oh, I thought it was based off not an anime, but a D&D campaign. Not that it was anime, it was about the D&D campaign.
Oh, whoops, that's the wrong.
But anyways, about half the enemies were dragons.
Oh shit! Nice. And you wouldn't bring me in the dragon game? Uh-oh, I've turned it so I can't see the chat anymore. How do I turn it back?
Yeah, we kind of mentioned that on stream, like, huh, weird.
Uh-oh, I can't put the chat back where it was. Oh wait, no, there we go. I gotta fix it. We're good. Well, dang it. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty good. I did see that you guys watched the Goofy movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm living the Goofy movie right now, so you know what? I guess I'm fine. It's probably a good time for it to show up, honestly. Good movie, though.
We were actually saying, though, that it's fitting to watching this while Jay's pissing.
Exactly. Like, you can just picture how my adventure's going with my dad, because he had, like I said, he had a sliver in his knee that was infected the whole time, so he's not feeling well the whole time. His leg is like, he usually likes to stand in the boat, and like I said, we're fishing in this windy area with the canopy on top, so the wind just catching the canopy and rocking us back and forth, and so his leg kept swelling up by the end of the day. And I'm like, Dad, please stop. But the only way to make him feel better is for me to catch fish, which is hard when you can't find the fish. But anyway, that was a whole other kettle of fish. So we got through it okay. Yeah, so I survived the Bikini Girl story. That's fine. That's great. Let's see. I told the dysentery story. When I get this fishing, I'm going to have to check Discord. I actually wrote, while offline, I kept checking Discord on my own little personal one and writing down little snippets to remind myself to tell them while I was here. Oh, here's one. So apparently, the hacking server that I host for Pokemon, they got invaded by 4chan.
Oh.
Like somebody at 4chan tried to say that there's a bunch of mean people in the server, and so they tried to get the thing. Yeah, so I should say that they tried to. They posted the invitation link on 4chan. People usually came in and they weren't awful. Just the person who posted the link was pretty awful. But apparently, they posted some pictures that you really don't want to pick, and they are probably worse than you're imagining. So there was some spots in the St. Lawrence, more so than I was used to, that had signal. So I was kind of getting a play-by-play. Thankfully, Ozone and Bag Boy and Dre, they were all taking care of the whole thing. And they actually ended up shutting down the server. Not shutting it down. They deleted the invitation links. No one can come inside. So only the people who were in there could do that. Well, because the person that did the link kept coming back with different accounts, and then before they got rid of them the last time, they're like, and don't forget, I have one account here you don't know about. They're like, ah, shit, he's still in here. the little thing. So I check my phone. I'm holding it in my hand and I'm looking at it, and I see the picture that they were posting, and I must have had a face because my dad looks over like, what's wrong? And I look at him, my non-technological father, trying to explain what is happening. And I said, Dad, I host a chat room. And in this chat room, they have been invaded by goblins. And the goblins have come into the chat room and are drawing pictures of naked people on the wall. And I have people in there trying to scrub off the wall, but the goblins keep coming back. So, I was dumb. I was sad. The server was invaded by goblins.
Your chat raided by goblins.
Yeah, but they did what needed to be done. They shut down the invitation link, and they made it so that people couldn't do too much. Apparently there were some other, like, related hacking servers for Game Boy too that also got hit by this. They also had the positive invitation link as well, and it was just a whole mess. So
did you have to change your invitation code, or
we haven't done it yet? That's what we're gonna do, but we're also making it so there's like a temporary role when you join the server. Like for some reason I made this server as a joke for the tutorial videos that I made. There was one person who asked this problem. Like, oh, I guess I don't know, but here, I'll drop you the server invitation. Come to me and explain your problem, and we'll talk about it. So we go through, and I'm waiting for him, and I theme the server as medieval. So, like, the admins, oh no, they're the super higher users, they are dukes. And we have the actual admins who are emperors. And I am the Lord Video Man in the server. This was not supposed to go anywhere, but it did.
Right now, just to put it in perspective, right now, there are 656 active members that aren't modders, laters, hackers, or...
Yes.
You know.
Exactly, who are the dukes and the high level ones. Yeah, I think the server's up to 2,000 people. I think we might be getting up to 2,500. There's people who, come and leave.
Yeah, I can't see that as a regular viewer, but there's a lot.
There's a lot of people in there, which that's mostly self-contained. They kind of run themselves. I pop in and see how they're doing, and it's really cool to see the things that they make. But anyway, so what we made was a new role called the Squire, which is why I explained all this. So the Squire is a role that you enjoy. I got the fish.
You got an achievement too.
I did? What'd I get?
Every fin.
Every fin?
That's what it said. Every fin. And a picture of a fish in 100. So you may have gotten 100 fish.
Oh, yay! Oh, it's poor head.
Hey, I know how you can help him.
How?
Slap it at the boat.
Slap the fish on the boat?
Yes. Kill him.
Doctor, he's not breathing. Doctor, doctor, you have to come back. You're the doctor. Oh, there's the money. Bye, doctor. Well,
He's
anyway.
definitely not breathing anymore.
No, exactly. Oh, I clipped into the ice chest, you're right. Oh, I don't know what happened. Oh, VR is fun. Anyway, so yeah, we made the Squire role where you are given this for 10 minutes when you first join. You're not allowed to post any pictures. You want to type in like one of the 4 chats that we have and lock it down, and that worked out great. So, but it was just fun to try to explain to my dad this problem, which I don't know. If I chose goblins, why didn't I just call them trolls? Like, it makes sense. But goblins is just so much more fun to say.
Yes. I think anyone has heard of the word internet trolls.
Yeah. Ah! Doctor?
Press the button.
Wait, fish. Anyway. So, yeah, so that was all going on while I'm on vacation. But man, I really appreciate those guys handling that all internally, so I could still relax with my dad, you know, with the harder fishing and the leg and the overnight dysentery. So, overall, this trip, I forgot to check my list of stories. Anyway, this trip was fun, but I'm not gonna say tiring. You had to really work
relaxing.
for it. Exactly. So the border is actually opening to Canada at the end of this month. They are trying to. We'll see when we get there. But so hopefully that means it'll be open for a whole year. Next year we can go back to Canada. And after fishing the cold, cold waters of November, thank you again for the underwear, Saps. Thermal underwear. You didn't thank.
No, it's super underwear.
Yeah,
Jay.
thank you for the super. Like, I have a feeling with our current situation, I say that and they're like, did they get him a bikini? What happened? But anyway. So yeah, between that cold fishing where we got like 10 fish over 4 days, it was so miserable. Except for we got the record fish, but anyway. And this one. So it was just gonna be nice that next year we can go back. We've appreciated our spot, the Rideau. We can go back up and have relaxing fishing where we know how to get out of the wind. So that worked out okay. And
Louis
eventually...
and
What's that?
Louis and Levin.
Louis Levin? I do not know.
Put to the head.
No! Oh, Jenny and the Wimp!
Oh, that is it.
Yeah. I feel like how before that video, that was the only time I'd ever seen Godot. No, I lost the fish. Or, no!
No, you got the fish.
Tiny bitch!
You just killed the fish.
I did. Honestly, I should be able to rip this fish out of the water. Boy, they really changed how this works. Spider-Man. Anyway.
Hey, have you heard about Pollyanna?
Yes, I've heard of Pollyanna. Ugh, not even a $3 fish. Anyway, yes, let me check my, oops, I turned it again. Okay. Go here. You should get wonky for here for just a sec. Where is my list of stories I wrote down? Oh, God, right. Oh, no, I talked about the VR reeling. Fish. Stop missing. Winery. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, we got some stories left on that. Let's start with... Okay, so yeah, I didn't really talk about this one. So, we went to this place. I'm just gonna buy a more advanced lure. I'm kind of catching the same fish over and over. So we went up there the first day, and we're floating around. We don't know where to go. And we met this nice guy who is the guy who pointed us to... There we go. Who pointed us to the spot that we went to, Eel Bay, where all the fish were and all the wind. So, really appreciated that guy, because if we didn't go to that spot to blow out the wind for a good long while and to suffer through that pretty much every day, that we would have had a much slower trip. So we're talking about getting this guy boxes of donuts, like, oh, this guy is the best, thank you. So we get this tip from this guy the first day. We're going out there. And so he tells us, we're like, well, should we go there? Nice. And so we're talking like, oh, should we go to Eel Bay? Oh, look at Eel Bay. But then, so we're floating on the water. And for the first time, I've never seen this before, a snake slithers off an island and into the water in front of me, and then slithers away. And he slithers away towards Eel Island, and I'm like, the eel has summoned us to go to Eel Island. I didn't think that snakes could swim so well in the water. I also couldn't tell what kind of snake it was. I wasn't sure how much in danger I was, because it went in the water in front of the boat, and I'm sitting in the boat. I have my foot up here. So it goes over, and it goes right under my foot. Now, logically, if the snake's in the water, there's no way it can, like, strike up. It doesn't have the... it's not grounded enough to push anything. But, you know, you get nervous when a snake's by your foot. So I just kind of took my foot back and slowly put it back down. But, yeah, there was a lot of cool wilderness things that happened while we were up there. Mostly... angry birds. There are so many angry birds.
Oh.
Yeah?
I can listen to you talk all about this. I met the bastard of a seagull today.
He's not on your roof, is he?
No. It was just next to the lawn I was mowing.
Oh. Did he come after you?
Yes.
Nice.
Mainly because they had a nest there. The problem, though, is this seagull doesn't realize the nest he's sitting on is dead.
What? So they're just sitting there out of habit, and they're just angry about it?
I think they are. It's being territorial and thinks it's like trying to hatch an egg, but the egg is dead.
I see. So the bird's not even dumb enough to realize.
Yeah.
This is a lost cause. I see.
So I had to mow around with a what's it called?
Lawnmower?
What's it called? No. Well, I had to do the lawnmower, yeah.
Yeah.
But I also had to have the thing that like gathers together leaves.
Oh, the rake.
Yes, I had to go with a rake above me, and just as soon as he come closer, just whack towards it.
Back, you evil bird! Back!
You're close. Just be with one hand and being half as fast.
Oh, so you're like pushing the lawnmower. You're like, yes, go away.
Yes.
Oh,
literally.
Okay. There is one
Pain.
story that you would enjoy. But yes?
It was pain. That's what I said.
Oh, it's paid. Yes. There's one story you're going to enjoy then, because there is a seagull that got us comeuppance on our, while I was quote-unquote bird watching. But the first one was, we got to see an eagle while we were up there, which is also cool. Like, you know, I don't get to see an eagle every day, especially since I don't live where I used to, where I can see our old local eagle, Crazy Eddie. And, but every time that we saw the eagle in the same spot every day, it was being chased by osprey, which is like if an eagle is level 3 and osprey is like level 2 bird of prey of the water, and but they had a nest nearby, and so they were just chasing after, trying to get it away from the nest. I don't even know if eagles bother nests. I'm not really sure where that started at, but it's an angry osprey. Well, so they would try to like stab them with the talons, and so to counteract it, the eagle would flip over and have its talons up, and then try to catch it, and then would like throw the, like if it could, throw the bird. And so like mid-air wrestling, it was kind of awesome. And every time that it did it, I was watching this happen because there wasn't much. We're out in Eel Bay, and there's not a lot of fish happening. We're rocking in the boat. I'm like, entertain me, please. And what happened next? But every time that it would do it, it would flip over. I would hear, America! Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah!
Every time it did it, I'm like, oh, God. I'm here next to Canada, like I'm just being such a stereotypical American next to the border. Oh, my gosh. What else? But yeah, and then we went by, and I was laughing because it's a good thing the osprey is not the national bird of Canada, because I'm going to guess that these kind of fights happen a lot along the St. Lawrence, where the border of Canada meets America. So I'm like, are there going to be like fishermen cheering on the eagle from the U.S. side, and then there's also Canadians cheering on the osprey from the other side? I'm like, oh, that would be weird. These are the things you think about when fish aren't biting.
Understandable. I know this feeling.
But no, but the actual not states national bird they have is the loon, and there were some there, but the loons are like the best part of going to Canada for us. They have this really nice flute-like call that they have, and they howl like wolves, kind of like all the way down the lake, and it echoes. It sounds great. Well, there weren't as many around, and we get to hear them as much this year because we were on the America side. We're like, Canada, we love you, please. We'll see you next year. But there were two. There were these two loons that we would see every day going through the Narrows. Little like there's an island this side, and a very small strip of water between them. And so they were there. We figured to get out of the wind. And well, one day we hear loons calling. Oh, this is great. We get to hear the loons going through. Well, we come around the corner, and what's happening is that there's a third loon that tried to come by, and one loon is like, no, fuck you, and they're flying, and they're doing the kind of thing where they're flying, but they're not leaving the water. They're like skimming the surface of the water as fast as they can, chasing each other around, and it sounded beautiful, but they had to have been absolutely pissed. So we're going there, and we're just enjoying it, but I'm like, oh, I feel kind of bad. This is not really the relaxing experience that we were hoping for, to spend time with the loons. But then, eventually they calmed down, had a good time. But what else? What else was there? Because there were other birds. Oh yes, okay, so Saps, your story turn. So along the same way that you see the eagles and the osprey flying along the shore, there's a lot of seagulls. There are so many seagulls. And one of them, like the wind was blowing real hard down that way, and that seagull really wanted to go the other direction. Like really. It was going like 2 miles an hour, just barely making it up the shore. And it crosses this little field on the shore that has red-winged blackbirds on that shore. Now, Saps, you probably aren't familiar with those, are you? Oh God, he's dead. Well, Chad, are you? Do you know how many of you around the Pennsylvania parts are familiar with the red-winged blackbird? The very most descriptive name of a bird, like not cardinal. It's a black bird with red spots in its wing. But they are really angry, and they'll do to you what the seagulls was doing to Saps. They would just dive bomb you. But the problem is they live in these giant colonies of birds. Is it red or black? I'm so confused. It's black with tiny little spots of red on the wings. The red-winged black bird. But yeah, they probably don't hang out too much at Norway. But so they attack people a lot. But this poor seagull got past the field where a whole colony, a whole flock of these birds were living. And they just came out and they were just picking at the poor seagull, who, if he turned, would get caught in the wind and like get blown. I don't even know if he could like make the turn safely. So the bird just tucks its head down and keeps flapping, while all these other birds were all getting blown around by the wind. They're like, "Ah, fuck you!" And I'm like, huh? How rare it is to see a seagull get its comeuppance in this way. So it was a little cathartic. What other nature did we see? But yes, like you'd think, like my mom's a bird watcher. We watch little birds. Little birds are usually calmer, but it seems like as they get bigger, the wars get bigger too. But one spot on the island, we had the pavilion with the Thousand Island dressing. There were cedar waxwings that lived there, and that was a bird that my mom really liked. I actually can remember. Like my mom's always happy when I can randomly remember the name of a bird, because she would teach those to me. So I'm like, oh, I remember cedar waxwing. So I wanted to get a picture of some, but I couldn't get some on the. They're very skittish birds. They weren't really like the ones you see in like a park that are like aren't bothered by humans. They're like, oh, what are you doing? They fly away. I'm like, oh, I missed my chance. I never saw them on that island again. I was like, oh, I guess I missed my chance for a picture. But then it turned out that if I watched this one bush that hung over the porch on the cabin that we were staying in, one cedar waxwing would come by and eat these berries. But the problem is that this cedar waxwing was just as skittish as the ones on the island. And this is a clear stain or a glass door. So I'm trying to sneak up and get a picture of it, and it would always see me and fly away. I'm like, God, dang it. So I'm trying to go through. So I'm like hiding around the corner of the glass door. And I have to wait there for a good like 15 minutes before we dare come back again. And I never got it because I kept having this war. Eventually the bird got mad at me, actually. And what it did was there was some telephone wires that went by if we're looking out the porch, like the bushes here, there's some telephone wire. It landed on the telephone wire and just stared at me like, what are you doing? Please allow me to eat the berries in peace. I'm like, no! I need a picture for my mother, cedar waxwing. And thus we were rivals for the entire trip. And you'd think that if the bird got mad enough, he wouldn't come back anymore. There had to be other bushes with these berries in it. But it kept coming back like, ha-ha. What's that?
You were saying something?
Yes, I was telling the story about the seagull that got attacked.
Why did I miss out on that
I'm
story?
sorry, I assumed you could still hear me because of your long headphones. I'm sorry.
I could, however, it wasn't a phone conversation, so I had to knock it out.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I suddenly got a phone call asking if I could mow another lawn.
Oh, I see. Did you ask if there were any seagulls nearby?
No, that's fine, honestly. It's just arm hurty.
No.
Let me just real quick save their number. Because now I'm
7.
apparently becoming so famous that people just call each other and they're like, hey, this guy mows lawns.
I see. Well, they always say that the reward for good work is more work.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense. You know what? I'm a fish with cheese. There we go.
And you, my friend, is now called the lawn mowing.
Yeah.
Because I didn't catch your name.
I see. But if you call everyone lawn mowing, won't you eventually not know
Well, the
who's
thing is,
who?
when I call this person up again, then I will remember their name and actually write it down.
This is fair. I may not go back around and do that with why? Shh, doctor. The number 2 song in the queue has been the same song for several songs now. Oh, I'm sorry. I will see if I can get that. I mean, has it not gone to your submissions? Has it just been playing our playlist this whole time? Is that what's been happening?
I could check, but I don't think my side would look any better than yours. No.
Yeah, I'm sure it's okay. I'll check that once I answer the question. But so what happened to the seagull stats was that there's a colony of what we call red-winged blackbirds, very descriptive name, and they are angrier than seagulls. They are smaller.
Oh.
They're probably about like that big, where a seagull would be that big. Little tiny birds, and so they live in a group to protect each other, and they've just learned to attack anything that comes near. So if you're in a bike and you're pedaling past the red-winged blackbirds, they are dive bombing you and hitting your helmet like, "Get out of here! We hate you!" So
Yeah.
so basically what a seagull does, but on a smaller scale, and more of them at once. So there was this one. So the wind was blowing all the way down the shore, and this one seagull was going like just barely creeping up the shore. Oh god, jeez. And it so it gets past this one section of the shore that apparently some red-winged blackbirds had decided to live on. And they just swarmed the thing, and it couldn't go any faster because the wind the wind was holding it back. So we just kept getting bombarded like like I'm pretty sure it's not doing any like more damage than like a poke to the side, but they were really going at it. And I'm like, huh, you don't usually see a seagull get its comeuppance that way. If I had the wherewithal, I would have got a video for you, but unfortunately, it was the folks. I had weird pants, but yeah, go ahead.
I have a very weird question. What's the trash bin thing called? Recycling. The recycling bin, that was it. I was trying to open it without having to make all things visible because I'm running low on space.
Yeah, I get you. So you're trying to organize. This is a tiny. I don't even want you. Thank you. Go and be bigger for next time.
Okay, I freed about a gigabyte and 200 megabytes. I
Oh,
now have
you're
a
talking about the
gigabyte and
recycle bin on
800
the computer. Okay, yeah.
Yes. I had
Apparently.
about 50 megabytes available to me when I realized I should maybe give myself more space before tonight.
Yeah.
Because I opened ahead in time, and the first thing it did was, "You're low on disk space!"
Don't throw the hands. I'm sorry, doctor. Oh yeah, really quick I get money for throwing them back because there is a size limit. If they are bigger than the limit, then I get more money for keeping them. If they're smaller than the limit, I get more money for throwing them away.
Yeah.
So in a way, small fish still work out. Sap's using Jay as a rubber duck. I imagine he's a good rubber duck. Yeah, I think it works out.
Jay, you're my rubber duck.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. Okay. I also realized I said that we're going to put the overnight dysentery story on pause and we'll get back to it. But we didn't get back to it, did we?
No.
So there was a part 2 to that problem, and that's where I get into my situation today. So I thought that the whole problem was that, you know what, I'm going to put this big thing on there and just let it sit and see what happens. Yeah, so I thought that it was the water. Like I just didn't do my Oregon Trail correctly, and that I just had the bad bacteria. So, but when we go home, and I spent this entire week with my dad, but we come home, and I wanted to hang out with my mom. She comes through, and she's all happy to cook me dinner, because, you know, I've moved out, and she doesn't get to do that for me anymore. She's like, okay, I have this, these venison steaks, and, okay. I want to start the story with I love my mother very much.
No, not again!
No, listen.
She can't keep getting away with this.
I love my mother very much. But she doesn't like cooking. Not at all. So she'll cook like simple things like spaghetti or meatloaf or thing. But she never added any seasonings. It was just whatever was in the sauce she bought was the flavor of the spaghetti. Nothing beyond that. Which is probably why I never grew up liking fish or other things. So, you know, I never really had a cook in the family. I think I've talked about this before. Like, eventually I got old enough to make my own spaghetti, and then I figured out like she had a spice rack next to the stove. I'm like, what is oregano? Oh, this is really good. So I would drown it in oregano. It tasted great to me. And my dad ate it. I thought I was doing great. I thought I was seasoning it perfect. But it turned out that I was over-seasoning the thing. And he was only eating it because it had flavor. Anyway, I tell you that story because she comes to me because she's going to make me these venison steaks. deer steaks, which we'll get to later. So she tells me that she's figured out how to marinate the meat. I'm like, okay, well, yeah. She's like, yeah, I had this great mix. I put barbecue sauce, and I put in some ketchup, and I put in some mustard. And now this sounds pretty basic. It is. But for her, I was like, you're putting seasoning on the meat? Yes, please, I will try this. Thank you. I want to try this thing. Okay, you wait there. What happens? Yeah, so I eat the thing, because it tastes great. I thought that was very good. But that was right before I'm getting to it! So that was when the big kaboom happened. When I got home, and the same thing, I had another session of overnight dysentery. And I'm like, uh-oh. Because you heard a while ago that I had to go to the doctor for some digestion issues, which I thought were better. But I thought about it, and I'm like, I wonder what happened and why is this causing it? Well, I do remember when she handed it to me. It wasn't really, it was medium rare, which means it was cooked on top, cooked on bottom, and really, really red in the middle. And also, when my dad cooked the burgers, he does the same thing. Cooked on top, cooked on bottom, red in the middle.
No!
But after that, when that happened, my dad said, well, you had these stomach problems. I'm going to cook the burgers all the way through. And I'm like, oh. So I think the problem is because of me tum-tum issues aren't really that good right now of dealing with raw meat in my stomach, which you'd think would cause throw-uppiness. This is the grossest I'm going to get with that, but it didn't. So, but now you might see I'm a little
under the weather.
Normal amount of, yeah. Well, I'm about as scatterbrained. I'm relaxed, but I'm also really tired because I didn't get to get to sleep last night. Red bad. Yeah. So it was red. So she gave me a Ziploc bag. It's in the fridge of more, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell her that I ate it, but I'm not gonna eat it. It's seasoned. It has seasoning on it, but I'm not gonna eat it.
Yeah, just wait. You don't have a stove.
No, I don't. Well, also it has seasoning on. Well, if it has seasoning on it, the seasoning gonna cook to the pan, right?
And
also, you heard about what happened to the me trying to light the other stove. You're the one to blow myself up. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just got to. I'm sorry.
Jay,
I'm gonna take my thumb off the button that does that. Ha ha! But yes.
I never, except for in the cottage that we own, have encountered ovens that require a lighter of any kind.
Yes, but
So you could get one of those that doesn't require it.
well, yes, no. That's not what I have. That was what was in the old cabin that we rented. I just didn't know about it because that's not what we owned as a kid. All of the ovens were all the stovetops in an oven were self-lighting. So, I thought this would be simple. Or I thought it would be more complicated. So I didn't want to ruin anything by, pushing my luck. And that was fine. Yeah, I didn't want tick, 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 boom in my, on this vacation. I hate trying to cook meat because I either go way too raw in the middle or way too cooked for me, and it's a pain. I love meat that's cooked all the way through. So I'm lucky in that way, but I'm sorry for your stomach. Again, gesturing to a box that only I can see where you guys are. But yeah, so I'm gonna rest today 'cause I have to go back to work tomorrow after being away for a week from a tech support job. And
being a bit ill.
Oh yeah, well, thankfully, just like last time, I'm a little queasy in my tum-tum, but but it went away pretty quick, so it's not like awful. But I'm just like, I'm a little. So I want to make sure that I hit the week strong. That way I can sneak in some more early streams this weekend. But anyway, one of the students working on the ad chat. Yes. So I figured out today because. It used to be that I would have the chat show up on my controller, and I would turn it over and I could see it. but I can't. The program, it's the same one I'm using here, but I can't get that to work. Well, I figured out that if I'm going to be in this boat, this casting, which is also why I'm not moving, by the way. Well, because I figured we could focus on telling stories, and also that I can just keep the chat here where I can keep seeing you.
So, two things. One, thank you, Mushroom, and two, you didn't even react to me sneezing.
You sneezed? I'm sorry! I was talking at the end! I'm sorry!
No. That is more of you didn't even hear that.
Well, there was lightning happening. No. It didn't even register in my brain hole. By the way, Jay, have you put the chat on your wrist? Well, yes. So that the window will go on my wrist in VR, but it won't go invisible when I turn it over anymore like it used to. So now it's just this big box on my hand, and also it doesn't correctly align to my wrist. Now it's sticking out like this, so it doesn't line up nicely. If I look up, it's like this, and it's just a mess. So, but I'm like, today, I'm like, okay, I really can't have the TTS working because you're just gonna talk over me, and it'll be hard to tell the stories. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try putting the chat up and see what happens. This worked out okay. We're kind of stuck in the same area, catching the same fish, but you know, it's not really a big lake or pond, so he's okay. Your brain is a hole, and it goes in and out. It's fine. Yeah, VR drop is complicated. VR streams are complicated. I'm just hoping that my mic isn't doing the hum it was doing last week.
I don't hear anything, so.
Okay, good,
but
good.
Jay, you should just ask Amelia how she did it, because she heard it in a VR stream.
Oh, no. Oh, that's when she had the little chibi robot, right, that you posted?
Okay, you saw that, yes.
Yes. I saw like a little gif of it moving. That's really about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that would be amazing. Success with the fish. Hello. Okay, now I should remember this time. I keep forgetting that when I put the rod down, I'm going to check my list of stories again. Let's see here. Oh, so Sabs, you weren't here for this. I'm gonna tell it again. So I'm doing this VR fishing, right? We're doing that.
Yeah.
So the first night I didn't catch any fish at all. The next day I felt a little bit more pressure to get a fish, and so I reeled it in, but I reeled in the rod too quickly, and the fish were able to take that tension and jump and throw the rod out of their mouth. So it turned out, like, I realized what I was doing was with like, the Ultimate Fishing Simulator and this one, they really want you to reel fast. So I was just instinctually reeling like I do in VR, and I couldn't catch any fish. So the VR was holding me back. So I had to fight my instincts. But actually, wait a minute. Can I move around?
Oh, by the way, Jay, I don't know if you heard my story, though.
Is it about the house?
Oh, that one you may have heard.
Yes! I'm sorry to hear about that whole thing. That sounded nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, there's another one with the PlayStation now.
Oh! Is it?
It's been ordered!
Yay!
It's
The
coming
saga is
Thursday!
over! Finally! Oh, chat, let me know if the rolling is too
I'm
loud.
gonna check real quick. It's a kind of loud, but I'm gonna check right now about where it is.
Uh-huh. Oh, you can track it. Nice.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think there's any gold rings on that. Northern Norway Best Gamer Validation!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that son of a bitch. Can you see that fish right there?
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Bye.
So that fish, I learned that apparently on the St. Lawrence there are things called tiger muskie. Oh yeah, cause we that's right. Yeah, so we went to the St. Lawrence and there's a bunch of big fish on the St. Lawrence, and it's really hard not to pack the big rod to get the big fish. So a lot of the problem that I had when I was first up there was I was casting out very, very big lures. I'm talking like, well, actually, A lot like this one. Come here, come here, come here. I need you for an example. Come here. Okay, so yeah. Usually, monkey brains say big lure get big fish. So I was throwing out ones that big, but then if the big fish aren't biting, that's too big for smaller fish. They won't really bite on that one. So you're not really catching any fish at all. So that's why maybe I didn't catch any fish the first night. So we had rougher fish until the last day, where we finally got some bigger fish. Well, we got more fish on that day. Well, it turned out I caught the biggest smallmouth bass. It was 21 inches long, and it was 5.5 pounds. Huge fish. It took a while to get it in. It was great. But I caught it on a lure that big. I caught it on a lure that big. So what we did, because I was telling, but there's nothing on there. There's nothing. Okay, anyway. So I was telling him, because we usually after the trip go down and we go and buy more lures, but we realized that we might have bought a lot because we had these titanium leaders on the line, so the fish can't bite the line and break it. What are you still doing in there? Doctor?
Put him back in?
Okay. Oh, anyway. So I'm haunting you. So I had to fight myself not to buy these big ones. So I use these tiny lures. That's why we caught the fish on the last day. We finally scaled ourselves back down. And like I
Just
said,
to check in case.
okay, now we're good. If I got infinite money for that fish, that'd been great. Yeah, so we went to the St. Lawrence, and we went to a spot where we could see the green bridge on the border that we usually cross to go to our usual spot, the Rito. And so I'm hoping that moving forward in life, when I cross that bridge and I remember that spot, that I'm going to remember not to go for the big lures so that we can have more relaxing, easier fishing. That's the big takeaway from this whole thing. Well, we kept talking this whole trip saying we're not going to go to the store and spend $100, $200 on fishing lures, which we normally do, honestly, after a trip. Part of the problem. We always joke that there's so many things you can get in trouble with, like drugs and alcohol. We're like, you know what we buy too much of, son? What's that, Dad? Fishing lures. I'm like, this is a problem. Well, okay, it is when you're when you have no more room in your tackle box. But anyway, we ended up buying some, but we were justifying it because we were getting little tiny lures. Because that was my arsenal of lures that would be reasonable for the fish. I don't know why it won't play these songs. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at that. Maybe I can do something. I keep talking about that, and I keep talking over it. I'm so sorry. Here. Nope, that's just my face screaming. Aha! So, next song. Let me know if this is one of them. The next song is Hymn on the Crystals, an FF prelude. So hopefully that will have done something for you guys.
That is like 3 songs ahead of where I was when I just refreshed.
I hit next, that's where it took me.
Now, I'm wondering if it is because the chat is on Nightbot?
The chat is on Nightbot?
Like, they are requesting directly on the side, and that might mess things up, actually.
Oh. That hasn't messed it up before. That's how they usually submit it, right? This is how I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, waterfall. Turn away from loud waterfall. But yes.
Depends if someone else maybe is playing the songs on their end too, but it has it muted or something.
Oh, maybe. And that's like eating the submissions? Well, I think I'd have run into that by now. That's weird.
Like, I see Mob Village, Dragon Quest IV, Deltarune, and then Hymn to the Crystals.
Very strange. Let me get away from this waterfall before I guess sit here and listen to it.
Oh yeah, chat. If you're curious for the, I think it's admittedly directly on the site during the Smash tweet. But if you're curious about what's happening later today when Jay's gonna have his little, well, I don't know if you said it, but
my reminder.
E3
yeah, I did.
reaction.
Yes, exactly. Like right around 6 o'clock. Yeah.
I've gotten some highlights from things I think he would enjoy.
I just see a bunch of URLs. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Jay, I have to break something to you.
Yeah?
So, just to set you up for what you're gonna see later tonight.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna rank Capcom's and Sony's.
You're going to rank them? What is that?
Because you are not gonna see those.
Okay.
So Capcom's was the worst conference ever.
Oh no!
Sony did better by proxy of not showing up.
It was better not to say anything at all. Oh god, I might need to watch it on my own time then, just to see what happened.
I'm gonna tell you what happened because you should not sit through what I did.
Oh,
Here's the thing. It wasn't that bad.
Okay. Anyway, go continue.
The thing is, Capcom's conference wasn't that bad.
Right.
But it was atrocious in the context of E3.
I see. It was not a lot of cool things to show.
No, so they had, before the conference, said, we're gonna show off Resident Evil 8, we're gonna show off Monster Hunter Stories, we're gonna show off Ace Attorney, we're gonna show off Ace Attorney Chronicles,
whoa, okay.
And we're gonna show off Street Fighter.
Nice!
And then they came around, they showed off Resident Evil 8, and they announced DLC with just text on the screen. So, hey, announcement, we got DLC.
What?
Then we got the Monster Hunter Stories. It was just gameplay of a game that was released months ago, or announced months ago.
So nothing really new.
And mostly just story. And then they jumped over to Ace Attorney.
Huh.
And they showed off the gameplay of Ace Attorney.
Uh-huh, which was
and then they jumped over
the gameplay.
Well, it showed like the new mechanics that is coming to it.
Oh, okay.
But it was just gameplay of the game that we know that's coming, and we've known that it exists for like 3-4 years. So if you were interested, you would have looked it up.
Right.
And then they show Street Fighter, and they show the esports community.
Uh-huh.
That's it!
Wow! But then they
didn't show anything new! They didn't show anything new!
Oh, no!
So people went in there, okay, they're gonna talk about this and probably show something else.
Yes,
No! They did not at all clarify that was all they had to show.
Wow! There was no, like, and one more thing?
Nothing like that.
Oh,
Me and Arik watched that, and we were just kind of like sitting there at the end.
Oh my gosh!
That one didn't even hit YouTube. We didn't upload it. I realized
Really?
I realized that, it was not uploaded. If I upload it now, it will screw up the schedule. You know what? It doesn't need to be there.
It doesn't need to be. Oh no!
That was how bad that one was.
Wow, that's amazing. Is there stuff to be excited for, though?
Oh, there are stuff to be excited for from what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
That is fair. I'm not, like, I think generally this year has been considered to be pretty bad for E3.
I mean, it's been a little while, I guess. But yeah.
Like, I will get into it on the stream itself when we're actually reacting.
Yeah.
In general, this year sucked.
Wow, oh no. Alright, well I hope that this...
At least from the big boys.
Yeah, dealing with the big boys. Oh, so this
I
was
heard
Indie 3.
I heard the indies did quite well, and yeah, that was about it. Oh shit, I forgot there's one more thing I'm gonna show you from the E3 that I'm just gonna get right now already.
Gotcha.
Just gonna find the link and send it to you.
No, okay. I forgot that I'm fishing for a big fish in a game that takes me 10 minutes to really land a small fish. so you got plenty of time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh man. Chat, what was your guys' overall thoughts? should I have excitement for it? Because you all know what I'm hoping for, which I'm guessing didn't happen because no one has that air of excitement about them, but it's okay.
You should still be excited, but know that, like, just being excited in general, because some did pretty good, but know that many people were pretty bored when they were reacting to most stuff.
Because of how it had gone so far. There wasn't a lot of energy carrying over from show to show.
No. I don't really know how to explain it without, like, saying how it went.
I mean, we're gonna find out in about an hour, so that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, what time is it right now?
4:40.
Oh, okay. I was hoping to wrap up.
I always have to look at the clock. Okay, and then subtract by 6.
I'm starting to see the fish. This kind of really is what I was hoping for in Canada. Like, you hook that one big fish that keeps pulling out drag and takes you 15 minutes to reel it in. Rune Factory 5 is delayed, Rune Factory 4 is coming. What is Rune Factory? I've heard that before, actually.
It's one of those, like, kind of Harvest Moon games.
Oh, okay.
But, like, Rune Factory 4 has been released twice, apparently, according to Lan.
Okay.
But Rune Factory 5 has been in kind of, like, delayed a lot on the English side, even though it's already released in Japan. So, being a little upset about that is understandable.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that being the same way with, like, Fire Emblem 3 Houses. If, when that was coming out. Or Fates, as it called. Because that had a Japanese release, and then it took a while before it got localized. So when you're only waiting for localization, you're kind of sitting there like, why is it taking so long?
You're just changing text. It was Oh, why are you over there now? Why are you over there now?
Well,
did another fish just eat that fish? What just happened? I can't even let any more line out. Where is this fish? Oh no! I almost had it in the boat. Fish, come back! Sorry. Anyway.
I forgot.
Well, that's interesting.
Oh my god, they did such a good job with one of the presentations, though. Actually.
Oh, that's good.
They actually segmented everything by release, so you can, like, look at the timeline on the YouTube video and like, oh, this is when they talked about this. This is when they talked about this. So, good on you, Summer Game Fests.
Yeah. Oh, can we see more line?
Also, something I realized while I was giving myself some space. Overcooked 2 is free on Epic Games.
Ooh, nice.
So that might be something to look into.
Yeah. I don't know. You guys don't have as good of a view, ouch, in VR as I do. The fish is swimming backwards. I don't know what's happening anymore. Do I have this fish? I don't know.
Oh,
it's swimming down backwards. Yes?
There was one thing that was announced that I can tell you right now that is not worth showing off, but remember when we found out that
there are 2 fish on the line! I'm sorry, continue.
My God.
That's what's happening, there are 2 fish.
Yeah. Remember when we found out there was an Avatar crossover with Smite?
Yeah! I forgot all about that!
There's now also a Stranger Thing crossover with Smite.
What?
Yeah.
I know nothing about Stranger Things.
Don't worry, I know about it and I was still going, what?
Yeah. Oh my god. Interesting. It's not like Smite's had done a lot of cool things lately. I am wondering if these fish are ever going to come in. Because there's one fish just piece away from the other fish. He's suffering. Wait.
Did one let go or something?
Don't know. Maybe he broke the line? That's okay.
Hiya!
Shite! Hoisei! Oye! Oh. My arms.
Ah, yeah, your arms.
Listen, they're already sore enough from actual fishing. Cut me some slack. What is this? 7 pounds in the nose.
Isn't that kilograms?
Shut up.
Which means it's about 14.
Oh, nice. Okay, keep talking.
I might show Jay the end of Ubisoft, but I don't know if that's worth it or not. Like, it will still be shown elsewhere.
Oh. Is it still be shown elsewhere? Oh, it's a Snoopy.
But yeah, Chad, if you have any specific moments, DM them to me and I will get them to Jay.
Okay, all right. I'm excited. I'm excited. It was hard not to think about E3 while no fish were biting up in Canada, and I.
Oh, understandable.
Maybe I can just.
Yeah. Hold his...
Ah!
Maybe have your hand inside and then close it while you're holding him in.
Hello. Okay, and then let go. Oh no.
Open and close.
No, I wanted to spring out. Ha! They made me buy the larger cooler. It's on the ice.
Are there larger ones?
No! I am king of the lake. I've pulled Excalibur. Be sold! Ah, okay, $38. Cool.
You did it.
Is there a bigger cooler? But yes, I am very excited because yeah, I was kind of drooling over E3 from afar, and gosh, I can't believe there was no E3 last year. Right? I've never got to be here for an actual live one. I mean, it's fun. Like, okay, I was thinking about that discussion that we had for what was it on TUI about how I get mad about waiters who dance around and I want them to feed me now. It is kind of nice to starve myself the whole week, and then I get here to E3, I'm like, nom, 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 and I get to eat it all at once. So you know what? Fat man is very happy.
And then imagine once I was like, okay, I'm kind of hungry, and then you just got the entree and you're waiting for more, and then you don't get the more.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right. So I would have not enjoyed the feast that Capcom would have put out. I've almost $300. I'm gonna get the Spelunker helmet. Yee. There's no light on it.
You were in the wrong in that conversation.
Len? I want you to know from the bottom of my heart that I wish I could agree with you. But we're not getting into that now, I say to the box that doesn't exist. Now your head is protected from fish slaps. And from red-winged blackbirds. You're right. Haha. Anyway, let me check my list of stories here. Is there anything else that I missed?
I think there's only one more video that I can think of that you may want to see.
Here. America Roll. All big fish. Rainy day. Oh, sunburn.
Now here's the thing, whenever you open this list, you got a full screen immediately because some of them have spoilers in the titles.
Oh, I see. I'll do my
One
best
of the
to
reveals
hide.
I'm gonna show. Yeah,
Oh,
one of the reveals I was gonna show you has like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this in the title.
Oh my god, like right in the thumbnail too.
I mean, I made it so that there are no thumbnails.
Oh, okay.
Didn't you see how I posted all the links and no
Yes, yeah,
embed
there were
showed
no
up?
embeds at all. That was very smart. Okay, so if I do this, I'm gonna reload Nightbot real quick.
So, interesting thing that happened while we were gone too. That is unrelated to the chat. That the chat probably doesn't care about too much at all. But
Okay.
you might find interesting. So you know Callie.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Callie.
Yeah, she did a collab the other day,
Oh yeah?
and you have no clue who it would be with. But I'm gonna give you a hint.
The fact, let's say the fact that you brought this up, I was gonna say Iron Mouse. Oh.
Yeah, they had a
no.
collab yesterday.
Oh no. There's no bigger cooler. You'll have to show me I'm sure you already have them saved up. What am I saying?
Oh, I have had so many clips. Me and Luna watched none while we were gone.
Gosh. We'll have to have like an entire
long is
stream
the
where we just
playlist?
watch them. I'm going to buy the most expensive lure. I'm going to go for the boss fish.
Now?
This time, yes. I'm going to see what
Wait, there are
happens. I see you.
97 videos on my playlists.
There are how many?
97.
Oh no! Oh, that's what I get for going away for a week.
Okay, let me just scroll down and see. One of the videos is called Ahmed Sits Down. Got it.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Top
Ahmed
10
sits
anime
down?
betrayals.
This is all VTuber
lot.
stuff if you didn't know. So I'm sure you already are aware. Ah! Oh. Hi, Moose.
Moose.
Good luck. I'm
But
Moose.
Jay, that was not the perfect cast.
I like the other one better. What's up? Where Just lure. Listen to me! I was just thinking for a week! Listen to me!
Come on, Jay, haven't you watched the Goofy movie, The Perfect Cast?
Oh my god, it's been so long since I saw it. It was like, yeah, da, da, da.
Where did it go?
Saps, you're a genius.
God damn it! God fucking damn it!
No, what's great is if you were curious, this is what a pike looks like. This is the fish I was catching in Canada. This is actually the kind of fish I was hoping to catch today to show you. Box that you. Ah! Oh. Well, that was a pike.
no.
That's what they look like.
No!
What just happened?
Please clip that!
Oh my god. I'm going to try that again over there in the deep water. I'm going to see what happens. I'm very curious now. What? I am never going to pull that off again. Ever. I'm going to tell I'm going to show my dad that. Like, okay, Dad, this is what we should have done up in Canada. This is why we got like a quarter of the fish. It's normal. Jay, the ultimate fisherman. What just happened? Okay. Yeah, there you are. You're tied to where I am. All right. So, it was this way, and then you go all the way around, send it to the water. Eat it! Eat it, you smarmy fish! One of you will eat this! I will obtain you! Ah! Yeah! Yeah! I am a really good fisherman, everybody! Ah! Yeah! I see them down there. I didn't hook any garbage, did I? No, okay.
No. There the clip is.
Good. I'm going to watch that later. What the fuck? Anyway, what are they talking about with fishing? Wait, how do I put the thing back to where
I was talking about Hololive. You were doing the perfect casts.
Yes, from the Goofy movie. Oh, let's fish down there. How did I not get one of those? I'll have to hit that one. Excuse me! Oh, sorry. Excuse me! Fish! Fish! Eat it! Come back up! Get back up here! What are you crackling? Ah! They're all swimming away! They're running! Cowards!
I wonder.
Cowards! Come back here! Wow, they all went down there. Wait, so they're programmed to run away from the Oh, hey. Hey,
Damn it.
Hey, there you go. And look, now that I have the ring on the fish. Wait, are the fish afraid? Because that's the lure to hook the boss fish with. They run away from the lure. So I hooked the other fish accidentally?
Maybe. They might also just react to the noise.
Yeah, that might be it. Anyway, this is the fruits of my labor. $28 more.
Nice.
Oh. Yeah. Anyway, as you can tell, as I fish over in Canada, I have a... Shut up down there!
No.
I have very good fishing things I've learned from Canada. Why can't I cast this lure? It's too heavy. Both hands. Ah! I hate you. I'm sorry down there, fish. I see you still running. All right. Ah! There we go. Okay, let me check the list. Oh, dang it, I did it again. Oh, I want that one. So if I check the list of stories, anything else I want to be talking about? Oh, Savs, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
It's gonna sound like a dumb question. It's gonna sound
boy.
Here we go, cause I am a American kid, didn't you know outside? So, anyway. So, Mr. Saps, have you ever driven a truck with a... Oh God!
You got him.
I did! Have you ever driven a truck with a trailer on it?
Yes.
I have not.
Not a truck, but... Well, not a truck, but I just drove it with the trailer.
Right. So, but you have then. You know how a trailer works.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay. Good. So I do not. I never had the opportunity, because like where we lived, we ran a gift shop. We really didn't have a reason to drive a trailer too much. Also, I may have, as you'd expect, not been a very patient child. Easy to teach the finesse of
Jay,
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Please do.
When I drove with the trailer, no one had taught me how.
Really?
Yeah, like I just had to like go by, okay, so this is how I've seen other people do it. This is how I think I'm gonna back up. And if I can, I'm gonna drive in a circle.
Right? Exactly. But you had time to sit down and learn about it, right?
Sure.
Yeah. I didn't. My dad was like, all right, well, in his defense, he wanted me to take on driving the boat. He wasn't feeling too well. He just likes to take care of it all of himself. I'm like, oh, all right, but I mean, I'd love to help you, but I know as a kid it really wasn't amicable to learning these tricks of the trade that you know. But I can learn them now. So he's like, all right, I'll let you, you drive the trailer. Well, the first thing he asked me to do was he drove the boat up to the ramp, and then he, what was it? He drove the boat, drove up to the trailer, and up to the water, and he's like, okay, all right, can you lower the boat back like 6 inches, half a foot, half the length of your foot, into the water so that I can get it off the trailer and out into the water and we can get this trip started. I'm like, yes, Father, I can do that. I would be happy to do that for you, Father. And so I got in the truck, and now also, I ain't never driven big trucks. Like, I've driven, like, regular, like, when you think of a car, a usual sized car, like, they've all been hatchbacks. They look like SUVs, but they're not as big as SUVs. I've never even driven an SUV, anything that big. So, I get in the car, and then all of a sudden, my sense of scale is just completely off. Like, I'm like, oh no. I can usually gauge 6 inches when I want to go back by how big my car is. Now I'm like, how big is 6 inches? I have forgotten how to measure. So I go in there, and now thankfully, it has a backup camera in it, which none of my cars have ever had. Yeah, it's a backup camera in the truck, so I can see it in the water. But now,
what's the problem then?
Well, how many backup cameras have you seen?
My parents have one.
Yeah, but do you know what the problem is with a backup camera? They're a fisheye lens, so the perspective's a little weird. All right, long story short, I got scared. I didn't know what 6 inches. Now, I did successfully do it. I did do it. We got the boat back, that one, and I didn't sink the car. So I'm sitting there in the car like, oh, God. This is the time we drive up, and I put the car in the lake. But thankfully, that did not happen.
Yes.
Yes. But then he turns to me and he's like, son, I want you to drive the car home while I take the boat over to the the cabin dock. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, I can do that. Now, I've never driven a car with a trailer on the back, but I'm like, straightforward is easy. Trailer follow you where you go. That sounds great. So I go there and I go over to the cabin. Now I know in my heart of hearts that my dad would want me to just pull in forward, park the car, don't cause any trouble, and go down to the dock to meet him and help him carry stuff up. Unfortunately, that's not what I wanted to do. I, as a boy starved for learning the ways of the trailer, looked around. There was no cars nearby. All there was is, the cabin that we rented. I could slam the trailer in. I'm like, I can see that. That's pretty good. I was gonna take just 5 minutes to try to learn how to back the trailer up next to the cabin, where I proceeded to learn the difference of knowing how a trailer works. Like, it goes in the opposite direction that you turn your car.
And applying it.
Yes! Where it got turned 90 degrees. And I was like, oh no. Again, throughout the story, I did no damage. I caused no problems. But I took a lot longer than 5 minutes to straighten out the trailer to hide the fact that I secretly tried to practice how to drive a trailer to my dad. I told him I did it, but I didn't want to see how bad I got. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, I did the same. We're like, okay, I just gotta back forward, I'm gonna go straight back, turn a little bit, and then I'm gonna go straight again. Straight again. I said straight again.
Yeah. You're like, wait. Yeah, there's a real sweet spot where the trailer does exactly what you want, but if you don't know what that sweet spot is, you're in for a rough time. So, anyway, got through that okay. But then, what was it? So I get through there, we have our trip, and he's like, okay, son, that worked out real well. Here's the car keys. Can you take the car with the trailer back to the boat dock now the trip is over? so we can together go to the boat dock and take the boat out. I'm like, yes, father. And I drive the car down. Again, just going straight. That's not so hard with a trailer. It go where you go in straight line. But then I got to the water. And what I knew my father wanted me to do was to drive the car up. Up to the dock, just like near it, and then stop. And I had that moment, a very, very fleeting moment, where I was like, how impressed would father be if I backed this trailer into the water, and so he didn't even have to do it. He could just take the boat up and go. And I thought about that 90-degree turn that it did last time, and I was like, no. Maybe I should not do that. Because, man, it doesn't seem like it's hard to drive with a trailer. Until you're in the car with the trailer, you're like, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I figured you, as somebody who does a lot of outdoor stuff, does the lawnmower and all that, would laugh at me because I'm like,
Oh, yeah, no, I don't blame you at all for that one.
Oh, my gosh, the nightmare. Also, Len, I haven't been able to react to it yet because of fish. What do you mean by ruining your dad's car? And to Winnie the Pooh cassette tapes?
Listening to a cassette tape for 5 hours without having the car run.
And the battery. Did it kill the car battery? Really? I guess you did drain it all the way, but...
5 hours.
Oh. I thought it lasted that long. Must have been a really new battery.
Unlimited static.
Yeah. Now, it was funny to me. Hi, fish! Good to see you!
Keep
bye! Stop! Anyway, so... Yeah, my big story to my dad was, hey, Dad, I built a computer this year, all these parts I got, it was great. So in my car battery, I figured out how to change it. You know, the simplest thing to change in a car. But it was still better than the usual, which I could tell him, which was nothing. So that was A-okay. No. He also, at some point, because he has the driving the boat license and I don't, he's like, yeah, you know what, you haven't really been driving the boat either. I'm like, okay, I'll drive the boat. Well, I took a rest and tried to heal his swollen leg. And so we get to the dock, and it seemed pretty simple until there was somebody already parked in our usual spot. So we were going to have to parallel park the boat, basically, that kind of a gap between two other boats. And I started to go through, but it's the same kind of thing where practically you know what you need to do. But when you get there, you don't know how much. So my dad said the words, slow down the boat. And then I realized, it's like, how much? How slow do you want, Father? And so we, after a couple attempts and near collisions of the other boats, he took over the seats and I just moved back over. I'm like, you know what? Let's try it when there's not two cars. I'm like, that sounds great, Dad. Thank you. I had never been back to, like, learning how to parallel park in a car again, how stressful that was. Anyway, did you hit a deer with the boat? No, only one time up in Canada was there ever a deer near the boat.
Oh, okay.
That's when we were going off near islands, and deer out there, because the islands are close together, they swim between the islands. So we spooked this deer, and instead of running further into the trees where there's no way we could get them, they decided that the best thing was to run in front of the boat and over to the next island. Now we're drifting. We're going like half a mile an hour, just do. All we hear is rustle, 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 rustle. As the deer just runs in front, like, wah!
You got flashbacks.
And I was just like, I'm not safe anywhere! No, the only thing I got, like, my dad, when telling me about not drinking the water, like, they have that problem down in, like, South America, what they call it, Montezuma's Revenge, they called it, because you drink the water. I instead, with my over-the-night dysentery, I had the deer's revenge twice. So that was a good time. And I'm realizing that now I'm fighting this fish for a long time, I can't check my other list of stories. I actually think we went through most of them. Now I'm thinking, now we're thinking about it. So what else? Is there anything else I can think of with that kind of trip? It is funny how... Oh. So, you know me. You know... No, not... What? You want to tell the original Bikini Girl? Okay, after these stories are done, I'll tell the Bikini Girl story again. After that, just so there's some context of why the bikinis are so prevalent in these fishing stories. Anyway, so, you know me. I listen to old-time radio shows. 1930s, like 1950s, whole different era of life. And I listened to them on CD. And so when I was a kid, when I was a young warthog, that I would get in trouble a little bit here and there. Usually not paying attention in school, surprising no one. And so there was a rule in my house, though. You could take away my TV. You could take away my internet time. I was like, no, I want to play RuneScape. Anyway, but the one thing that no matter how deep of trouble I was in, there were two things that could never get taken away from what I'm allowed to do. And one of those is my Calvin and Hobbes and Garfield comic books. I could always read those, and I would always be allowed to listen to the old-time radio shows on there as well. So my dad pulls out this old set of CDs that I had. Now these are back when I was like 12 to 14 years old. Maybe didn't really respect how to take care of a CD.
Oh no.
Oh, they were very unhappy. Like he just kind of go through, and they skipped, but they would skip a second and then hear a second. So it wouldn't even like skip and then get to the next good part. They go. So it sounded like you put the audio into a blender. Oh no. So
How's he getting further away?
well, because whatever the only way, like unlike like a normal rod, when you have a drag on it, like that's in the Ultimate Fishing Simulator, that you have to manually hold down the trigger and let the line out so that it doesn't pull hard enough to break the rod. That's always what happens. So I have to give it slack. But then also at the same point, it really seems like the line is elastic. So when it comes near it, there's no like slack in the line I can just reel in. So really, I feel like this is just a test of endurance. Where I'm just gonna keep doing this until this fish gets absolutely tired, by the way. And gonna come in. Like right now, it chooses to swim near me and it feels near, but I have no idea how actually done I am catching this dang fish. No. And I have no idea if they make this a realistic thing where eventually the fish is gonna get tired. The whole idea of catching a fish is that you have the fight last long enough where the fish can't pull hard enough to, 1, get off the hook, 2, break the line, or sometimes, like my dad's story, break the whole rod. But I have a feeling there might be some kind of secret reeling they want me to do that I don't know. Because by now the fish is normally tired. But yeah?
Wait a bit longer before you give him slack?
Maybe. And I reel faster. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no real sound effect you can hear when I'm doing it. Yeah.
It was very important.
It was very important. Come on. But again, yes, this is This is the kind of fish you hope to get on. Now this fish, if it was actually fought this long and was taking this much drag out to try to reel it in, would probably be upwards of like 5 to 6 feet long. Ugh. Like getting upwards of 2 meters.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's kind of what we were hoping to catch on this trip, but not so much. And you know what else you have in a goddamn boat you don't have in this game? A net that you would stick in the water and scoop up the dang fish. Oh my God! Oh no.
Wait for it. Gary. What's the achievement you just got?
Hold on. Very closely.
Slap him on the board.
Oh,
Yeah, he also
nice.
has a star die.
Victory! Dead is scored. Look at that. That's a walleye eye. That is the big boss fish that I have tried to catch like 3 times, and it always broke the line.
How heavy is he?
I wondered. Let me move this can that I can never drink. Oh! Can I have that back? I thought it was gonna appear. No, I thought it was gonna appear! Like this! I thought it was gonna come back! Sorry, here, you stay over the boat. Scale? Wait, scale? No! No, wait! Oh no! Wait, no! No, it's supposed to come back! No, it is! No! Ah! What?
Oh! You got another achievement.
It don't say nothing.
So your first achievement was legend, wait for it, and now you got an achievement saying dairy.
Oh, very nice! Oh, again, yeah, like this is the size of fish we were hoping to get. We probably got fish that were about that length on the Canada trip. But still, it's nice to be able to go out and relax for a while. Why do you have this hook in your
Nice hook.
mouth? Like, I have a
From to show
feeling...
that,
What's that?
from to show that he's like gotten so many. Try paddling away from where you currently are. Maybe get away from the
The scale?
weight.
Yeah.
The scale.
Wait, what? No, okay. But they're supposed to come back. All right. Well, do you want me to? Hold on. By the way, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, am I just supposed to?
I think you need to put him down somewhere while doing so. Put him in the middle of the boat.
Do you think this is a good idea? I just put him in the cooler because it won't fit. I wonder if the lore of this is I'm supposed to throw him back. I feel like I would. Oh, anyway.
Just put him on the boat.
Like I mentioned at some point, my dad, new taxidermy. This is the wrong book. Ah, but. Oh.
You gotta stop throwing things in
I
the water.
did not put it down.
You gotta stop
I
throwing
tried
things
to
in the
put
water.
it
Stop, Jerry.
Got the scale back. Okay.
What did I just say? God.
Ah.
That's like 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Yep, 40 pounds.
I think it maxed it
doesn't-
out.
Yeah, I think it maxed out, which is what it's supposed to say. So it's over 20 or 40 pounds.
Wow.
Jay, did you do this on your trip?
What?
Throwing things in the water?
No, I
littering?
did not. I did not.
Now put him in the cooler.
Did you like? Well, I mean,
Put him in the cooler.
many have tried to catch this fish, It is
And
legendary.
you're the one.
It has a life.
Not anymore.
I'm a catch and release. The
Look-
game is
look at
called
it.
Catch and Release.
Look at him. How alive is he? Exactly.
But I could. I don't know.
Maybe the book would have said something.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh hey, actually, maybe they still will.
That was the book I was thinking of.
Oh shit, you're right.
What does it say? Like at the very first page.
Oh, I thought it was be at the very end. Like,
It said something like to-do lists.
oh. Forgot about the to-do list all the way from the beginning.
Receive trophy. No, one back. Spinnerbaits.
Received trophy. So that means I got it. Received.
Yeah. Anything else then?
Oh. Not as far as I can tell. I mean, usually when you catch them, they get like
Added.
filled in on here. Yeah. That's a
So there he is.
sturgeon? No, that's a sturgeon. Oh, wait, no, here. Dude steals book. Oh, wait! Dude steals book! Oops. Old Joe.
So what more does it say on the listing?
Slackjaw, the most
big-
infamous fish of the lake, Whispering Waters, escaped once again. Local fisherman Will Jones tried to beat the king of the lake. Like many fishermen before him, a gigantic shadow underneath the surface rushed towards our boat. Jones told our newspaper reporter, "Oh, no one knows when or how Slackjaw appeared in Misty Fall. Jones and his child kept fishing in the hope of challenging Slackjaw again." Oh,
Can you
that was
believe
my
this, Slackjaw?
dad. What's that?
Can you believe that Slackjaw?
Yeah, what do you think? Here, your favorites in the newspaper. That's adorable. But no, yeah, my
Now
dad
to
knows
the
tax-
cooler he goes.
No, listen. I'm thinking of just his face. Anyway, now my dad knows taxidermy, and if we caught a fish this big, he was gonna take this, or he's gonna keep it, which we normally don't do. And we're gonna hang it up on the wall, just to remember this fish.
Would it like sing at you?
Would it sing? No, we were not gonna make it into an automated singing fish. I don't know.
Jay, know your fishing integrity.
Right! Oh. He's a good fish, though. We spent so much time together.
Hey Jay, it's now 5:22.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
All right, you know what?
I
let
want
the
to
guys
see you measure up to it.
measure what?
Like the cooler.
Oh.
Can you measure?
Ah!
See, it's calling to him. Look at him, so excited to be here.
Just a little. No. You know what? You know what? Don't look at me. God. We just
And if you try to
hold
close
him
it
in
now,
there. That. But yeah.
If you just try to close it now, what happens?
That.
Now the question is he actually too big for the cooler?
I wonder. Yeah, that might be. 'Cause I thought maybe. I have an idea. I'm gonna put him in the cooler. I'm gonna let the cooler decide. I'm gonna let go of the fish. And if it stays in the cooler, which it might not, we'll try it again. If not, he goes free. Wow! Oh, okay.
And now we're closed.
I am not fishing. I am thinking about it. Oh, I'm not. Okay. Oh, it's alive! It's alive! I can't close it. Okay.
I think this might be telling that you can't actually put it
That's
in the cooler.
okay. I have it. I have my commemorative trophy for this probably muskie. Mwah, mwah. So, you, sir, will live your life, have a good time, maybe find a wife, and maybe we will no longer have to meet in strife. Good luck to you. $150! Yo! The hell is
You
it
can
left to
relock
buy?
the fishing rod now?
What if he bites it again? No, God, no. Oh, well,
You did
very
it.
cool. I actually beat the hardest fish on there just trying to tell Canadian stories. Oh, except
Hey.
I've never caught a sturgeon, but maybe we'll
You
worry about that
don't
later.
need to.
I always wanted to catch a sturgeon. They're big and cool, but I should probably. Ow.
Swim away.
No.
Swim away.
I'm reaching over my new bed frame. By the way, the bed frame came in when I was in Canada. But it's in like a ladder. There's a box shaped like a ladder, so it's very thin. Then I have not kicked it all day. No, come on, you, come on. Why is there no net in this boat? No. Maybe it'll just be back in the boat when I reload the game. Anyway, oh God. The chat window got messed up during the fight. How do I?
Well, I can't see it.
I cannot see it either. Anyway,
Well, you got turned around at some points.
yes. Okay, there we go. Now I can see the chat. The money! Yes, cooler, we did this. Did you do this on your trip? Oh, throwing stuff? No. I can't. There are no. But anyway, we got him in there. We should be good. All right, so yeah, we're gonna see you guys again.
Can
The
you
box
wait
you
a
cannot see.
little bit?
Yes. Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you
It'll be
can
like,
still help it.
yeah, like 6 o'clock. Oh, you mean don't end it yet, or don't?
Yes.
We're not
Don't
sorry.
end it quite yet.
All right, fine. I'll go try to get the dang book. Okay, if I take one or wait, finger. Oh, the menu's open. That'll do it. This reminds me of driving the truck with the trailer. Wait. Come on. Ah, come on.
Okay. So, a little bit of an update on the news.
What news?
Apparently, we are not doing Hat in Time or Among Us tonight.
Oh, we're not. Okay, somebody
Yeah.
had to
Both
schedule
Lunar and Art
conflicts.
are feeling a bit under the weather, so we have to delay it.
Okay.
We do have a schedule coming up for next week.
Yes. Now, when were Lunar
But yeah,
was
Lunar
today?
had to cancel the entirety of today, and Ark is feeling a bit under the weather after some work.
Okay, so maybe it'd be a good day for a break night, so no one else dies of Deer's revenge. But okay, but we'll still see them for the E3 stuff.
Oh yeah, we'll probably do it. We might even maybe hang out a little longer now that we have
Oh,
time.
like more time? All right. I'm meeting somebody.
I believe
Oh,
Ark might still show up for the E3 thing, but yeah.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, we'll give you guys more information. For all we know, we might still do it this coming week. The schedule isn't quite
Finalized.
decided. Yeah. What's happening? No Among Us, no Had in Time today at the very least.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Stop littering!
I'm not littering the Ethans. Ethan, come fish.
I mean, it's still littering to throw banana peels in the nature, right?
Well, yes, but this is actual bug that fish eat.
Yes, people still eat bananas too, even if it's only the peel.
They don't eat the peel, though.
Not people, but animals.
Okay, fair enough.
So still littering by technicality, but yeah, that was.
By
I just wanted to make
technicality.
sure that we were going to make the announcement or not.
Okay, indeed. Yes, so once you guys will go live with the E3 learning stuff, I forgot that I had this on. That's why I won. I had the hard hat. Whew. Yet he peels. Yes, exactly. But yes, so yes, we will see you in an indeterminate amount of time where I'm going to learn all the things that I've missed. There's one thing I got a hint on that happened, but I'm pretty sure in the grand scheme of things, it's a little smaller.
Probably.
Yeah, something about Mario Party. That's all I know. But okay, yes,
Who
so
knows?
we will see you un momento. It's been a week.
It
I forgot
was-
to end these. Oh yeah.
It was Canada soup.
Yeah, it was fishing soup. We got it. And we will see you tomorrow for whatever the schedule says. Oh no, we'll see you later and then tomorrow.
The schedule is not out yet.
Yes, so when the
Yeah.
schedule comes out, you'll see it, and then we'll see you in about like an
We'll
hour.
see you tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah. And yes, we'll see you tomorrow for something. That should be good. You may also see me early
Anyway,
tomorrow.
see you
We'll
in
find out.
30 minutes.
Yes, goodbye. Goodbye, son.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye!